What's going on, guys? Welcome to the Movement Mindset powered by Station Athletics. I'm Chris Hardenberg here with Dave Whitson. And today we're going to be going over a little bit more of a business topic when it comes to the gyms. It will pertain to some of the fitness aspects. We're not going to go all the way off the deep end and speak directly to fitness owners, but
Yep.
we thought it'd be important to talk about the topic of essentially whoever provides the most value wins. And so when it comes gyms, yes, but in business in general, most people, there's two main levers you can look at pulling. One is price and the other is value, the things
Yep.
you provide, the service or product. And especially in the fitness industry, most people jam on that price lever,
Yes.
like lower and lower and lower, when in reality, most people want value because it's easy to find cheaper.
Yep.
Could not be easier to find cheaper.
Yes, because it gets advertised nonstop everywhere.
Yep. So we were like, okay, we at Station Athletics just try to jam the other lever, where it's like, how much more can we give to people? How much more value can we provide? So we thought it was a pertinent topic to talk on. So let's start here, Dave. When I say, whoever provides the most value always wins. Like, what are your thoughts around kind of what that looks like in providing value to people?
So most people think of a gym as a place where you just go in, work out, leave.
Mhm.
They don't think about the other 23 hours of the day type of deal. So I think for gyms, it's what can we do outside of that 60 minutes to amplify what those 60 minutes do for you? Because if we're really about being a fulfillment center for people to like live a better life, there's way more time spent outside the gym than in it. And so there's so much value we can offer to help people outside these walls and create better habits, whether it's nutrition, sleep. Working out actually helps with stress management and teach you how to do all that stuff. We talked about that last time a little bit. So providing value is also what separates you from every other place out there.
Right.
So like even when it comes to, it's with social media, it's changed because the market is way more distracted.
Right.
And it changes over so much faster. And so there's always the new thing on Instagram, but it always circles back to when it comes to long term and actually providing long term, it's the same kind of non-fatty type things, right? For the gym, hey, workouts, yes, we want to keep it fun. They actually want to do something for you, right? It's not just like, ooh, look, so I saw this on Instagram. If I stand on one leg on this Bosu ball
Yes.
and tie a band around my forehead and tie it to the rig, my balance, coordination, and that 10 years of back pain because I got hit from behind in hockey will magically go away because I saw an influencer with it on Instagram.
It's so funny you say that.
It's not providing value.
Literally, I saw a video. You know those I think they're called hobby horses, like the stick horses. There was literally JJ, I'm not even joking. It was a comedian. He's like commenting on the video. He's like, bro, people will literally do anything
Yep.
to not actually work out. And they're
Yep.
literally riding around on these horses with an instructor on a microphone telling them what to do. So
Yep.
yes,
That's
fads are
competitive.
everywhere.
They have competitive hobby horsing. It's
No.
actual thing. Yeah, it's a real thing.
You need to get off Instagram.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
The benefit of having a 23-year-old guy
Yeah.
run our podcast, we get to learn about competitive hobby horsing.
Really?
It's true. Yeah, I've only seen clips about it, but like people making fun of it. But it's competitive hobby horsing.
We're going. Create a team. Rosalie
Rose-
dominating.
Yeah.
Athletics hobby horsing.
So anyway, circling back around, the tried and true, hold true for lack of a better term. So you're kind of explaining like how people, around the fads want like the results around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the quick result type stuff.
Yeah. So, I mean, I've talked to Joe about is the worst thing you want to be as a business is a commodity,
Yes.
because then you're shopping simply based on price and features.
It's a problem.
And it's a problem. And in the gym industry, it's especially a problem because a gym like ours, a company like ours will always 10 times out of 10 lose to the Planet Fitnesses, the LA Fitnesses, because they have billions of dollars of funding.
Yes.
And so it's like, from a business perspective, not only shouldn't you play that game, but you literally cannot play that game.
Nope. Can't afford it. Yeah.
Yeah. And so it's like, okay, you have to look to the value. And then, like you mentioned, if your goal is to actually change people's lives and give them the opportunity to live fulfilling lives outside of the gym, which is our goal, the value you provide is paramount. Now, there is a pricing aspect to that. Like there are certain areas you have to charge differently than others, right? Like
Mhm.
if we had a gym in New York City, I have to charge significantly more
Yes.
than if we had a gym in central Jersey or down south even, right? Like
Yeah.
you have to. Same thing like I wouldn't charge New York City prices if I had a gym in Alabama.
Yeah.
No one's signing up, right? So there is an aspect of, okay, hey, I can't jump shark and like charge these prices that don't even map to the demos I'm trying to serve.
Mhm.
But then on the other end of the spectrum, it's like you need to provide aspects of a service that help people, like you mentioned, in the 23 hours outside of the gym. So like whether that's nutrition services, or for us, they get an at-home workout book, a guide to help you prep your meals in 90 minutes or less, so you're not wasting all your time, a guide on how to change habits, things like that,
Yep.
to help you outside and provide value. And the interesting thing about value is when I heard someone say that I think it was Gary Vee actually, who's I heard him say whoever provides the most value always wins. And he drew the reference really chunked down to Amazon, right? So you go to Amazon and you're looking for a purchase. How many people line them up based on the reviews?
Mhm.
And the top one has like 4.9 stars, 5,000 reviews. And they go, you know what? I'll just go with the third one on the list.
Yeah.
You don't do that. You're willing to spend a little bit more because it's like, there's proof that this is a way better product.
Yeah. Social proof. Yeah.
Exactly. So like second place doesn't actually get you second place. Second place is equivalent to 10th place. Like you're the same because
Yep.
first
Yeah.
place takes the chunk of the pie. So with that in mind, Dave, I guess the tricky part is how do you go about, or how do we go about figuring out where those value triggers lie?
Well, the market tells us what's working, what works and what doesn't, right? So people are getting results, people are coming in. People, you can literally see what works and what doesn't. Because if you're just throwing mud up on the wall and hitting your head and nothing's working, what you're doing is not adding value,
Right.
right? So the people coming in really let us know what actually is the value they're looking for. And the flip side of that, though, is that our staff has to be knowledgeable enough to explain it when there's opportunities for it, right? So we can have incredible nutrition programs, we can have all the accountability in the world, but if members actually don't know exists, or new people walking in the door, it doesn't matter.
Right.
Doesn't matter at all, right? Because everyone needs to be aware that they exist and then educated on how it works.
Mhm.
So that way there's less steps for them to actually say yes and go into it.
Right.
Right. So even for right now, we're at the Roseland location. We've been talking about nutrition more. And what do you know? More people are taking advantage of the fact that we have nutrition
Right.
with our memberships. It was always there, but it wasn't talked about.
Right. And so if I'm paying a membership that's doesn't matter if it's 150, 200, 250, $300, it doesn't matter. And you're like, great, I know nutrition's included, but it's not getting used,
Yep.
or even worse, you don't even know it's actually available.
Mhm.
Well, now the value to price discrepancy changes significantly.
Yep.
And that kind of gets into something we talked about with the value to price discrepancy of like perceived value.
Yeah.
Right. And so there's the difficult part of, like you said, the marketplace dictates perceived value. So like a great example is like years ago, we tried to give away for free in-body scans or some sort of nutrition book or meal plan or something like that to get people to sign up. Like, okay, how do we get more people to sign up and show up? And so we included some of these things, and it didn't improve schedule rate or show rate at all.
Nothing.
And we couldn't figure out why. And in reality, it was because although those things do have very high value, the person had no idea how important it was. So the value to them was zero. So it's like, why would I show up for
Mhm.
that? But when it comes to stuff inside the gym, that's why it's super important, because that allows you to grow. It allows you to retain more people. And if you're
Mhm.
retaining more people, you could help them for longer to get
Yeah.
results. So maybe speak on something we've talked about a lot, like that perceived value curve.
Yeah. So talking about like how the market will help dictate price and their perceived value and the value they actually receive, right?
Yeah.
So perceived value gets people to walk in the door. The received value is what keeps people here.
Yeah.
Right. So, but as soon as we're at a point where either people don't take advantage or they're not educated enough in the value, or our value drops below what they think the price should be, that's when we're in trouble.
Yeah.
when people are frustrated, they want to leave, wherever it happens to be. That's when we know we're messed up. Because if people believe they're receiving the value that they're paying for, we're good,
Mhm.
right? And that's where like Globo gyms, hey, you're paying $10 to $30 a month. Well, the perceived value is you are renting space at their facility, and which is why they never call you when you don't show up.
Exactly.
They only respond when, they
When
never
payments
reach out.
fail.
Yeah, and that's it. And even then, it's tough. But
Right.
yeah. So that's because they're the value they're trying to have is just we have a big space with a bunch of machines, and you've seen us enough on TV, so you know who we are. And there's brand trust because we paid millions of dollars for it because we have investors.
Right.
So for us, if we know there's kind of frustration or if members don't feel like they're getting what they're paying for, then we're not delivering value somewhere or we're not communicating the value somewhere.
Yeah.
Um, I guess remember North Face?
Yes.
They're still around, right?
I don't know.
North Face was super high-end outdoor gear.
Yeah.
Hence the name North Face, named after a mount, right? Like if you have an 80s North Face jacket, it probably still works for really cool temperature. It's probably somewhat still waterproof, stuff like that. And then as soon as they went mass production and they dropped everything and they just went, everyone was wearing like the fleece vest.
Yes.
Where'd they go? There's no more value in the name.
Right. That's so funny you say that because I had a North Face.
Yeah. I've had a bunch of them. I think I still have one sitting in my closet because nothing gets thrown out in my house. Something we're working on. Yeah.
Got it.
But then when you hear the name Arc'teryx, which I'm not even sure if you even know that.
I've heard of it, but it's because I know you.
Ever hear of Arc'teryx? Super high-end, top of the line outdoor gear. All the people that legitimately do stuff outside wear it. Military, all sorts of stuff, do crazy testing. It is so good that you and I don't know about it because it does not communicate any value to us because I'm not planning to go climb a mountain and then be in sub 30-degree temperature. It doesn't matter. So that's the other flip side. If we're communicating value, but to the wrong people,
Yes.
it doesn't even matter. It doesn't
Right.
matter at all. And so that's where I'm a tough client because I don't find value in a lot of things.
Sure.
Go to a restaurant, cool, really nice plate, very little food. It's not that good. The chairs are really comfortable, but I came here for the food.
Yeah.
That's good. I'm weird with that stuff. Like you can have the most incredible atmosphere at a restaurant. We were both at the same restaurant recently, which I
Yes.
found out, and then I saw the picture. We went to the same restaurant the same night. He didn't even say hi to me.
So funny story, and we'll get back to it. So Dave and Nast's anniversary is the week before Tiff and I's, and my in-laws had the kids, but the weekend before, so we go out to dinner, and we're pulling up to the Circle in Morristown to go park, and I see Dave and Nast, and Tiff rolls down the window, and we're like, "Hey!" and they didn't hear us, so like, all right. Tiff goes,
Thing, yeah.
Tiff goes, what do you think? I wonder if they're walking into the same restaurant. Lo and behold, you guys walk right in. And I was like, I gotta say hi. And Tiff goes, don't you dare. She goes, they are here for their anniversary. You see Dave all the time. You're the last literally, she goes, you are the last person they want to see right now. So why don't you sit down and leave them alone? So I did.
It could have been like a double date.
Well, I don't know if that's a great idea.
But then the night would have lost value for Nas because that's not what she went there.
I know.
That
Exactly.
would have been cool. Not for Nas.
Yes.
So that restaurant, is it a nice restaurant?
Yes.
Is the staff very nice?
Yes.
Did you have like multiple staff people come by and say hi to you?
Yes.
I was walking to the bathroom. Someone I didn't see who works in the kitchen was like, happy anniversary, because they all knew.
That's really cool.
So all these other added value things were way better received because the food was good.
Yes.
So the atmosphere, right? But what I really went for was a nice dinner with my wife. But all these little extra add-ons all of a sudden matter more because the main product was good.
Yes.
So if we had a terrible main product, but we have all the fancy stuff on the outside and all the smiling faces, it still wouldn't work.
Yep.
Because the main value is gone for what people are going for. But it was a good restaurant.
It was a good restaurant. And that's
right around the corner.
That's it from the new spot.
That's half the reason why I drove by there.
Yep. And so I think that's a good point. It's like the main thing has to provide a good amount of value. Like we could do all the things, the meal planning and stuff like that. But if the workouts sucked and the in-class experience was not fun, people are leaving.
Yeah, they're done. Yeah.
But yeah, just go back to the value arc, I'll call it for lack of a better term. I heard it phrased to me and I thought this was really, really good. And so this is for you business owners, especially gym owners, this is a good spot to listen in, is essentially the way you want to think about it is if you have a price and you provide an equal amount of value. So I charge $200 and the client's like, you know what? I'm getting $200 worth of value. That's actually not a great spot to be, is because in the client's mind, that's an even trade. I'm giving you $200. I'm getting $200 worth of value. Will they stay? Yes. When they leave is when they start to feel like they're not getting the value. So the perceived value dips below the price. What you want to shoot for is try to provide value well above the price, because if you do that, people don't just stay, they tell everyone they know.
Mhm.
And that's where you look at businesses that have really good referral programs, or they get a lot of referrals, is that's what's happening. So for us, we track a lot of metrics, and I don't think she'll mind that I'm shouting her out, but Felicia at Denville, since I think February or March, has gotten I think double the number of referrals as our next highest gym. And so to me, that's where I meet with Felicia and I'm like, hey, you're doing something really awesome in that community, because referrals is like, for me, like currency. Like, it's like when referrals are coming in, that means what you're doing is so good that they are telling
about it.
everyone else to do it. And then your members become your salespeople.
Mhm.
And then because I have a member in the gym, the person walking in, the chance of them signing up goes way up because I have someone I trust telling me that this place is great.
Yep.
And so that's something where it's like, when you're looking to provide value, it has to be like, if you have, let me say this, if you have not a lot of people walking out the door, that's great. But if you don't have a lot of referrals, you're actually not providing enough value. So knowing that number so you can adjust your value proposition to get it above that is really, really, really what you want to do. And then from a member perspective, I would encourage people to really talk to, for us, I'll speak to our people now, the general managers, on, there's definitely more value there. There's other talk
Yeah.
to them, because there are you mentioned nutrition. That's available in everyone's
Yep.
membership. Like, everyone has access to that. So if you find yourself stagnant or God forbid going backwards in your weight loss journey, don't just wallow. Like,
Mhm.
talk to your general manager. And then for the general managers, this is like a call out to you guys, is like, if you're at a gym that's not getting a lot of referrals or things are not going the way you want, take a look at the mirror and be like, okay, how do I educate
Mhm.
the members on all the stuff we have available that they can take advantage of to get to where they want to go?
Yep.
Anything I missed with that topic?
Throwing shade at every other GM though, because Felicia's kicking all her butts. I
No
guess.
shade at the other GM, no shade,
It's a little challenge.
but shout out. I did want to shout out Felicia on this podcast, just because she has been killing it. And listen, all you guys are doing a great job. So don't take me the wrong way, right? But Felicia, shout out to you. Keep doing what you're doing at Denville. So yeah, guys, this is relatively short, but we thought it was a good podcast to talk about, especially for the gym owners that might be listening. As always, guys, like and subscribe to us on YouTube and Instagram. Give us a 5-star rating on the podcast platform you listen on. We'll see you at the gym.